Hey everyone, I have a nice stack of books here that I'm about to dive into for the month of January, and I thought I would share them with you. So to start off with, I have the Witch's Herbal Apothecary. There you go. This book is absolutely stunning. The artwork is probably one of my favorite. I mean, it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous artwork in this book. But what I also like about this book is the way that this author organized the content. It's very focused on seasonal changes, incorporating different recipes, rituals, elixirs, journal prompts, a little bit of everything, like just a little bit of magic every single season. And so I really like that. I'm trying to incorporate more seasonal changes in my life and kind of celebrate the different transitions between the seasons. And I love how she has recipes in here, like recipes that I'm gonna try. I mean, like for example, I just opened to this page, how to make an overnight infusion. Like, I'm kind of curious. I want to make this. It'll be fun. And she talks about different medicine, different plant medicine, and how the plant medicine changes with the season. So it's a very beautiful book. It's beautifully made, really fun. Lots of fun things in here to try. So that is the first book that I'm diving into. The second book that I got here is called The Witch's Guide to Ritual. And this is a little bit more in depth. It's definitely bigger. Author puts a lot of information in this book when it comes to rituals, working with deities, different practices about how you can incorporate ritual work into your life. And I certainly do rituals in my own spiritual practice, but I'm always interested in seeing what works for other people and if there's anything that I can incorporate into my own life to enrich my own spiritual practice. So she talks about marriage and animal spirits. We've got separated by the month, the different ritual celebrations for each month. Just a lot of information in here. So lots of exciting things to learn, absolutely. Next, I have The Crooked Path, an introduction to traditional witchcraft. And this is a beautiful book. Definitely the cover caught my eye. Here we go. This has a lot to do with like folk witchcraft and history. And I'm just very kind of curious to see the different perspectives of witchcraft and how other people have grown their own spiritual practice. When I was looking at the table of contents, they list a lot of exercises in here that you can try personally. Now for me, just because I read a book doesn't mean that that book now automatically becomes my own personal beliefs. Sometimes I read a book and I'm really inspired and I want to incorporate those practices into my life. And other times I read a book and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like that worked for other people, but I don't really see it working for me. But I'm always I always have an open mind and I'm always interested to learning more about other people's perspectives and other people's spiritual practices. So that's why I picked up this book. Now, I also have two other books here that I feel like kind of go hand in hand. I've got Green Witchcraft and The House Witch. The House Witch kind of reminds me of Marie Como, I think is her name. She's like a Netflix series about tidying up, but it's essentially the philosophy that your home should be a sanctuary and that it should be a place where you come to rest, to recharge. It's like it's like your temple. And really just making your hearth and your home a sacred place. And then the Green Witchcraft book, I think would go really well with this book, The Herbal Apothecary, because they kind of talk about similar plants and what they're used for and just like information on plants, which is something that I really want to dive into this year. speaking of plants, I really want to learn more about the local plants that grow where I live. And I live in Alaska, so I have this book, Alaskan Wilderness Medicine. I love to forage. I love to forage during different times of the season, and I make my own tinctures, my own incense, my own medical balms. Like, I love that stuff, and there's so much for me to learn. So I'm kind of interested to see how I can learn more about foraging, the wild plants that grow naturally in my environment, and how I can incorporate them in like herbal medicines and rituals and craft and spell work, and just kind of getting more excited about learning about the land and incorporating that into my own personal practice. In addition to these books, I also got a non-witchy book, but it's kind of on the same theme. It's called The Nature Fix by Florence Williams. So this isn't like your typical like witchy book, but it's about the scientific research around the restorative and the healing powers of nature. It says, the author investigates the science behind nature's positive effects on the brain. Delving into brand new research, she uncovers the powers of the natural world to improve health, promote reflection, innovation, and strengthen our relationships. So I'm always interested to see, like, you know, how does some of these ancient wisdom of working with nature, how does it affect us from a scientific perspective? So I'm kind of interested to see what this book has in store for me. And then the last thing I grabbed, kind of an impulse buy, was this Witches magazine. It just has like a lot of really interesting articles in here. They talk about different path working, like Latino witchcraft, the Salem witch trials, Wicca, like a little bit of everything. It's just kind of fun, maybe like a casual read. But these are the books that I am interested to kick off my new year. I would definitely say the book I am most excited about within this pile is, of course, The Witch's Herbal Apothecary. I'm definitely going to do some recipes that she has in this book, and I'm just excited to get more into the seasonal changes and the themes of the year. But yeah, these are the witchy books that I have, and I hope that you are inspired to pick up a book of your own, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.